All right. Well, I had a little bit of a problem here this morning. Hopefully you can see the screen, and we've got the disclaimer there, the warning from the government reminding you how dangerous or potentially dangerous trading can be. All right. Friday, yesterday, what a roller coaster. Hold on a second here. Here is the daily chart. And the market, by the time we finished the morning session, was trading way up here at 8,000 again, only in the afternoon to go screaming lower in the space of about a half an hour or so. And then it settled slightly going into the close. Here we are this morning with a slight downside gap, but we pretty much recovered that, or it looks like we will recover it shortly. Look at the volume. Look at the huge volume on this day. All that buying and selling. Remember when we finished the morning session, I made a comment about how low the bullish volume was? Well, the rest of this must all be bear volume. So that puts a very strong bearish spin on the marketplace right now. I should mention it while I think of it. We're supposed to be having a thunderstorm here this morning. So if all of a sudden I disappear, it's probably because the power went out. All right, let's see. Our first in sync eagle signal looks like it has. Where are you? Oh, way up here. Nice little green bar sell off the opening buzzer. You'd have to be pretty quick. One of those signals you just hit the sell market button on. The market's really quite brisk here this morning. I'm not used to seeing it move so fast. While we're waiting for things to simmer down a bit, reminder, no trading room on Monday. Might as well check the reports calendar here to see what's going on. We had non-farm payroll, or non-farm employment report this morning. The president is speaking later today. And what was going on yesterday that made the market go nuts? I don't see anything. Huh. Oh well. Just goes to show you the trickiness of trying to play the, oh, there you go, China tariffs. See, if it wasn't for you guys, I would be totally ignorant about the news. Well, we got a fair amount of back and forth. The trend is down. There's no question about that. So I think I would be more inclined to favor a short. Here on the Eagle, we're going to get a second push opportunity on that green bar sell signal. What's dangerous about this green bar sell here, I'm going to throw it in this way so I can show you something. We have a sideways trading range of sorts. Here's the breakout. This is the retest. So the market needs to continue lower. If it doesn't continue lower, it should continue higher. So we essentially have the market in a bit of a twist right now. It's either going to continue the trend oh, way to go, Ron. Ron says, I made $1,100 on that move yesterday. Nicely done. Now, I would anticipate that a break above this little resistance area should take us back up somewhere near the high of the morning. So, okay, well, there we go. We'll find out here. It's a little bit more ambitious than our normal target. Our normal target for the Eagle is 10 points, which would get me out at around, well, I guess get me out at 55. I may as well take that. 55 and a quarter. Come on. There we go. Phil asks, who has a reasonable price news service that is instant on issues that affect futures? Kinetic offers a service. Though, Phil, by the time the news service reports it, it's old. Right? What's happening here and now, this is instant. This is the market responding to what they know. I hope I really phrase that awkwardly, but news services, I think, are more valuable if you're looking long term. You know, if you're looking to take a position, say in soybean futures, well, you're going to be very interested in the North American plantings. You're going to be interested in the South American harvests. You're going to need to get familiar with those numbers. You know, what constitutes a good harvest? How many millions of bushels is a bad harvest? Same thing if you're trading coffee futures. Day trading, though, day trading is a little bit different. But check out the Kinetic website. They do have news services. You pay for them, of course. I don't think they're too terribly priced. If we were doing penny stocks, news services are valuable because you want to see which stock is being heavily promoted. All right, well, that was a decent little move higher. put that away for now. You know, for a Friday, I would almost be tempted to call it a one and done. I got my trade. Got my profit. See you later. Yeah, Sam writes an interesting comment here. Sam says, news is good to create a reason for why you already lost. He says, reports are regulated and it costs a lot to get in just 15 minutes early. Oh, all right. Ray's got a free site here. He says, good morning, Eric. I use the investing.com app on my phone, and it's free. At the bottom of the app, at the bottom of the app, turned on shows news at the bottom. Now, for me personally, and my wife will be the first to tell you, I am not a multitasker. I find it distracting to watch the news and try to trade. Okay, more bouncing back and forth. I didn't have the courage to take the short signal here, the number one signal, as we get back to the lows of the morning. I might entertain it now that it's giving a second push opportunity. Or are those the lows of the morning? Well, I guess technically we went a little bit lower. We did hit the 77.30 zone. Just a little bit above that right now. And now we got the number two signal. All right, well, it seems semi-obvious that we are a little conflicted here. It's supposed to be in trend mode. There has been some very good follow through, but it's not trend mode in the sense that we normally see it. I don't. Okay, now we're definitely challenging the lows of the morning. Obviously, there was enough here in this, well, both the number 1 signal and the number 3 signal. And I'm going to get shut out here if I don't get on board, but I'm so afraid of a pushback from the lows. Yeah, there they go. I'm going to be left. Oh, Sam has another news resource here. Sam says, Think or Swim have a news widget and a trade flash widget. I guess at the end of the day, it's whatever helps you make a decision. Try to put out of your mind the notion that you're never going to be wrong. Sometimes being wrong helps you be right. For instance, let's say our plan was to short below the low of the morning, which would have put us short the market somewhere here around, well, 77, 26, 25, 26. Our stops would be challenged right now. Our initial stops back here, now we could roll our stops here. If we are wrong about our position, if we are wrong about the market being short, well, then there's a very good chance the market will head higher, won't it? So now I'm waiting on a test of the extreme. We'll see if we come back with a number 2 signal that would open up a buying opportunity. There is the number 2 signal, so I'm just going to anticipate. Oh, okay, I got in a little earlier. The signal hasn't print. Oh, the signal did print. Sorry, my mistake. Didn't see that. Okay, so now I'm looking for a break up here because I'm anticipating the lack of downward momentum. All right, well, that's 2 for 2 on a very quick moving kind of day here today. Hooray for us. I guess I've always been of the mindset, I don't care why the market goes up or down. We have friends who are personally involved in a cannabis stock in Nevada, and they convinced us to go in on the investment with them. And they're always sending us news releases and reports of, business reports and everything. And my wife is, reading every word of it. I try to tell her, it really doesn't matter. It really does not matter. Sam calls it entertainment news. Yeah, that's about it. I've always said news people view the world through a news filter. To them, everything happens for a reason. There's no such thing as just random chance. Everything has to have a reason. So for them, if they see the market heading down sharply, okay, let's find out the reason. Why is the reason the market went down sharply? Well, the reason the market went down sharply is because there were more sellers than there were buyers, or the buyers were getting stopped out of their trade positions. That's why the market went down. Why did the market go up? Well, the exact opposite is true. And that's the reason. But they tried to speculate, oh, well, there was more selling because. There was more buying because. And, very often you can link it back to something, but again, by the time you do that, it's old news. The move has already happened. Yeah, like Sam writes, timing is the problem. It's after the fact. Absolutely. That doesn't really help you right now. And again, it's just my opinion. I think if you're looking at a longer term, like if you wanted to find a buy and hold position for the NASDAQ or the S&P, then you would certainly be more in tune with the news. But doesn't the chart already tell you how traders feel about the news? Doesn't it look to you as though the market feels the news is quite bearish? And honestly, it will be for some time. Next week, expect a little bit of a hiccup, expect another move lower, expect a little bit more of a recovery, and we may do another little zigzag down. I doubt we'll fall off this sharply, but don't be surprised if we see a little bit of a progression lower, testing the bottom end. Then there'll be again a little bit of a hiccup like that, and then the market will eventually make its way back higher. I should almost leave these lines on the chart, see how they play out, how accurate I am. But this is the pattern that the market will make time and again and again. There'll probably be a little pause through here somewhere. It'll go sideways for a week or two. And then as we get toward the end of the year, things will start to pick up again. But anyone who looks at this chart will recognize the potential for a sideways consolidation. And I think that's where a lot of traders are at right now. Yeah, Ray, you might have the right idea. Ray says, I'm just using the hawk and scalping this morning because of the mood we see for now. Yeah, it's not really a smooth follow through, is it? You're kind of picking pockets here this morning. Well, like I said, I've gone 2 for 2. We're up about $300, so I would be very happy to close up shop and say to the market, see you later. Yeah, Sam says, here's what the news sounds like. For next week, the market may go up, and maybe, and sorry, if the maybe event happens, if not, it may go down. But if some tweet happens, it may go backwards. Wow, here come the sellers again. I'm not a real fan of selling so close to the current lows. There's that false breakout that can happen. Did get a nice little green bar sell here. Oh, well, we do have we got a number 1 signal and a trend change signal on the Falcon, and we have a second push opportunity. Okay, now just to be clear, everyone, my trading day is done. But if we get down below this low through there, that might prove to be a viable short. The number 1 signal is very, very stale. So we're going to come back with a number 3 signal, but I'm still not going to short until we get below those lows, I think. All right, well, now we can look at buying. We're going to get a number 1 signal, and we can look to buy just above, right above there, and get our exit order. Oh, that was rather brisk. It may turn out it was too early. Not sure yet. Well, you got to have your wits about you today, that's for sure. And here we come back to the short side. Wow. All right, there's the number one signal to short. There is potential here for this trade to head much lower. Excuse me. All right, well, let's see now whether they can push on through the lows du jour. And I guess they would be tracking to the, where are you? Way down here? That's monster. 76.81 3/4. We'll set that aside for now. Oh, nicely done, Ray. Ray says on the Hawk, I just got my fourth $50 trade. Nicely done. Says I'm done for the day. I have to say that I made a little program on Ninja 8 Chart Trader, and I just hit a buy or sell market button. Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable to get into the market that way. We got loads of chop, though. The market really bucking back and forth. All right, well, we challenged the lows. This is actually a new low of the day here at 77, whatever it is, 14.13. And again, you can see we're pushing back a little, making for a very interesting session. Yeah, Ron says a good day to trade the micro NASDAQ. some really quick moves, which makes me wonder if there's some voids in the pricing. Here we come with yet another sell signal, another hard edge bounce, challenging the low. And there we go. There's a little bit of a breakout there. I'm not surprised at all to see the market head lower. If we do get another rally attempt, we might see more bullishness. And this is why I would say that. Well, darn it, it's hard to show. Okay, so we've actually done quite a bit here this morning, but what I want to focus on is the gains. No, they're actually not decreasing, not yet. Sometimes you can see the downward momentum failing, even though, you know, there's massive swings, the market just isn't going anywhere. But no, that's not the case. Downward momentum, very, very strong right now. Oops. Oh, here we are at 7,700. Who would have thought that yesterday at the end of the morning session when we're trading at 8,000? If someone told you, yep, tomorrow before the end of the morning session we'll be trading at 7,700, you would have said, yeah, okay, sure we will. Yeah. Sam says the news will tell you tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. You know, I'm tempted when the market momentum is this strong just to get in. You know, here we've got a basic trend change signal, or should have a basic trend change signal forming. And the temptation is just to say, well, the trend is down, let's just sell it. And it's not a bad strategy. The problem is stop placement, because the stop really should go way up here, or maybe at the crest in the trend line. Oh, see, and I can't even get a signal now. Well, we did have one here on the Raptor, just your regular continuation signal. All right, well, I'm afraid since I got left out on this last leg lower, I'm kind of going to be relegated to waiting for a pullback. And here's the problem with trying to pick up your with trend signal before you get a pullback is stop placement, right? The temptation is, okay, we're going to make a new low. Here's my with trend signal. I'm going to place my stop right there. And of course, you get the early tag out. And then you say, well, 2 swings back is way back there. That's too expensive. I'll risk it here. But even here, you see that you're running into problems. That's why I try to hold out for a proper signal. I don't always do it, but I try. All right, here we're coming back with yet another number 2 signal, or we will. We produced a number 1 signal. We were trying to produce a number 2 signal. I'm actually open to the idea of trying to buy the market up. Oh, what happened here? I know it's a crazy strong downtrend, and here I am trying to buy the market up. Well, we got to get close to beating this high. If we can't get above that high, then it's no bueno. All right, I'm going to take my chances and try to get in early just so I can keep a reasonable stop. You see, this way I can actually put my stop down there. Ooh, did I just step in front of a bus? I'm counting on these little mini swings here to encourage buying. Come on, buyers. One more bar, I'll take it, the trade to break even. Come on, get up there, you can do it. All right. Got the trade to break even, and see, my Bollingers are in sync as well, which I forgot to point out when I took my buy signal. No, go away. Oh, wouldn't give it to me, stinkers. Ray says the VWAP chart fair price is 77.49. So huge retracement potential. Sam says wait for 720-ish. The market does, if there's a dominant trend, it will try to reverse about an hour in. So near the bottom of the hour. Well, it didn't cost. I think if these lows continue to hold, a break above these highs is a viable buy. Oh, and here come the sellers again. All right. If I get a second push opportunity on this number 3 signal, I will consider a short. But I need a second push opportunity. Oh, no. They're going to go screaming right to the lows and not give me a chance. Stinkers. All right, there's my second push opportunity. It's a very, very drawn out second push opportunity. Oh, we're going to get a follow-up signal. That makes me feel a little better. And I can leave this buy order in play because if we trade above those highs, that's where I would like to buy in anyway. There, so now we have a trade sandwich. We got it pegged higher and lower. And we can just wait for it. And here now the number 3. Yeah, the iron condor, Sam says. Yeah, almost, not quite. Oh, they're honoring that 76.90 area. All right. Let's see if the sellers got what it takes. This is why selling the lows or the highs is so difficult, because there's always the potential for a false breakout. There's always going to be pushback after you breach a significant support or resistance area. You should anticipate it. Well, things not looking very promising right now. Okay, actually a full retracement back to the hard edge. Not what I wanted to see. Yeah, Sam says should have gone with the one-legged butterfly. I'm going to throw another buy order in up here. Somewhere near these highs, the sellers are going to show up at least for a bar or two. There's one bar. Come on, give me two so I can start to roll my stops. Don't have much confidence in this trade right now. It's going to be an early number one signal to buy. Bring my exit stop in a little. Now that we have two mini swings. All right, well, we got tagged out and we're about to try the same trade higher. Get my exit order in. and I would look for a fairly big move. This, the early number one signal. We're going to produce a regular number one signal as this goes on. Oh, come on, really? Have we hit the skids now? I think so. The sideways skid. It shows you as well why you don't want to trade too often. What was that? That was like trade number 5 for me. You can see how difficult it is each time you add a trade to go profit, 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 profit. And it only takes one loser to wipe out 2 or sometimes 3 good trades. But the fact that the market did not want to head lower and is challenging these swing highs is a good reason to expect at least a little bit of a rally here. I have the bigger target going on because, well, I try to offset some of that previous loss. But so often we'll be profitable for the day and we just can't help ourselves. We go back one more time and all of a sudden all that profit is gone. And sometimes the market adds insult to injury, and not only did we lose all our profit, but now we're in the red. So Sam writes, when this happens, something feels like the market just wants to punish us or cheated and knows exactly where our stops are. There's a reason for that, Sam. It's because everybody knows where your stops are. And I'm not being facetious about that, but everybody knows, okay, the sellers who sold up here, their exit stops are right here. Everyone who buys down here, their exit stops are down here. That's where mine is. And so, you know, if you watch, let's get, sorry, I want to get the time and sales up here. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't clue in on. Okay, so here's the time and sales for the NASDAQ. Look at the orders going through. Do you see hundreds of contracts traded? No. These are all onesie twosie kind of traders. Oops, what did I do with my time and sales? There we go. These are all little guys. So occasionally you'll see a big block go through, but you know, this is the part that amazes a lot of traders is they think that there's all this huge volume behind the trades, and yet most of them are just singles. And look at the bid and the ask. You know, very, very light. Oh, there we go. We actually got into double digits there for a second. But that's exactly what happens is the market just begins to churn, and it'll go back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I know. Sam says you can filter for larger orders. Yes, you can put, it's called a block alert. You can put a block alert on it so that you can see the larger orders come through. Phil asks, how are lots listed? 100 contracts per lot? That's a good question, Phil. That would seem to make sense. You'd have to, that would be a good question for NinjaTrader. Their tech support is excellent. If you shoot them an email, yeah, Sam says, I like to watch the volume column on the Superdome. Yeah, volume, very important. Okay, as is the trend. So you can see how important just staying with the trend is. Wow, that's a crazy strong move lower. But look at all the buyers they flushed out. So we had buyers there, we had buyers here, we had more buyers here, and last of all, we had a few buyers right in here. And then look at what happened as all their exit orders got tagged. You know that everybody's exit order was right down here somewhere. Maybe as deep as that, because this bar had some pushback to it. But once they flushed, don't forget these exit orders for a buyer, your exit order is a sell order. So once you get below these lows, then all of a sudden, boom, 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 all these sell orders come in and you get the big move. This is why everybody tries to trade a breakout. They look for that trapped trader scenario. Yeah, and here now, again, a little bit of a bullish pushback. There's no denying the market is in a downtrend today. So any little bullish pushback should be viewed as a selling opportunity. Somewhere through here, we will get a bigger retracement, but you're probably going to see something like this happen, where the market will come up, it will retest, and then it will finally break a swing high and stay above it. When this happens, When you break the swing high and stay above it, then you know you can start to buy it. Then you know retracement is coming. But anything before this, you should always consider shorting. So the first move up, probably back to the hard edge somewhere, you should consider selling. Sam says 755 is when the retracement is expected. Okay. I don't know. Phil's asking regarding Sam's 755 comment, is that based on Fibonacci times? Oh, Sam is following Gann's numbers. That's pretty heady stuff. Yes, Mr. Gann was unbelievably gifted in his ability to predict what the markets would do. Yeah, Sam says Murray math is also good for levels. Again, very heady stuff. Oh, I guess I missed my retracement, didn't I? Darn it. My little pullback and a chance to short it again. Oh well. Sam says, being an engineer, it has to be complicated. That's so true. I've known a few engineers, and you're right. They don't like things simple. Well, thanks, Phil. Phil says the ultimate support and resistance lines are the best indicator ever. It is uncanny how well they work sometimes. Well, the Bollingers are getting bullish. Yeah, Sam says, don't say sometimes, say all the time. There you go. They're the best indicator ever. Well, things moderately bullish. We're bullish here on the Hawk. Going to get a trend change signal here on the Falcon. That will coincide with the number 2 signal here on the Raptor, or should. We still got that hard edge very, very nearby. All right, let's take a look at this trend change signal on the. Okay, so let's get that out of the way, and we'll look at doing a second push on this current bar. And again, very, very risky because it is counter trend. Speaking of support and resistance lines, we could try to run it up here to the secondary resistance line, or support line, pardon me, as a profit objective. Let's see if the buyers actually can do something this time, or if they're just going to take it in the neck again. Okay, well, we have hit our swing target. We're a little more than halfway to my target here, so I'll bring my stops up to break even. And I think you know what? I'm going to go for the bigger target, go for the bigger target. I really thought they would give me a couple more ticks. All right, a little bit of a pushback. Well, we're kind of drifting again. Sam might be right. 755 might be a good time to expect a reverse. We're watching a bigger test of the extreme right now. Okay, so if this current move lower is rejected, and if we, a lot of ifs, I know, and if we trade above this high, then I could see the market trying to recover here to somewhere around 7,700. I think that would be a fairly reasonable expectation. All right, well, here come the buyers. Looks like they're trying to hold. Okay, depending how aggressive you want to be, and this is just the trading room, so I can afford to be aggressive, but there's a number 2 signal that printed right here. By getting the order early, I can actually place my stops very close to the lows, which is ideal because that tells me when I'm on the wrong side of the trade. Okay, so first obstacle is 76.81, and then we're back up here near the primary resistance line. Now, I don't think I'm going to push it all that hard. I mentioned 7,700 because it's a nice whole number. The market spent some time there. Maybe not even that hard. Maybe we'll just go like this side of 76.90. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Still a huge move if we get it. Now, this number 2 signal did not print as a number 2 signal because the test of the extreme was too far removed from the low. But that is what it is. And it looks like the market's going to punish me for trying to do counter trend in a trending market again. Oh, Eric, when will you learn to trade the trend? Oh, well, that was quick and painful. All right. Just goes back to show the power of the trend. Yeah. Thanks, Sam. Sam says, this news just in, the market is down. Oh, okay. That's very helpful. Thank you. Well, it makes me glad that I did consider taking my profit early and, not trade too often. I know I say it time and again, but it is such an important lesson to learn. And I suppose, if anything, I honored my rules in the breach here this morning. All right, gang, again, a reminder, no trading room on Monday. We'll hang out here for just a couple more minutes. I'm curious to see what happens at 7:55. Look at that. We're starting to get that reversal building. Way to go, Sam. Yep, see you, Keith. Keith off to the barber shop. That reminds me, I should go for a trim myself. Yeah, no, I know. Sam says, not me, Gan. Yeah, I get it. One of our Fridays, maybe we'll dip into Mr. Gan's musings. I'll have to brush up on it. It's been a while since I studied Gan's strategies. Well, it is building. We got ourselves again another number 2 signal. Here, let's make it official. All right, there's the order. I'll try to run this back here to the support zone. Oh, okay. Sam says just to pull back, 8 o'clock has another reversal pending. Okay. Sam, before we leave today, do you follow the astrological stuff from Gan as well, or you just do the squares for your timing? Reason I ask is I know a fellow who also follows the astrological signs very closely. He rarely mentions it to people because they think he's a crackpot. Yeah, Sam says timing only. The full moon Leo stuff is too much. It is a bit of a mind bend, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Well, it's trying. The diehard Gan practitioners also reference a book that old WD wrote called Tunnels Through the Air. And some of them approach this book with the reverence you would give a holy book like the Bible, looking for all these mystical meanings and everything. And apparently, according to WD, whether he was selling the truth or whether he was just pulling your leg, that he revealed all his secrets in this book, but it reads like a storybook, a science fiction storybook. It's not a terrible read, I guess, but the diehards, they read it over and over and over again and memorize whole passages to it, try to dissect it, get all the mystical meanings out of it. Yeah, okay, thanks, Sam. Sam says we got 2 minutes before the next reverse, so tighten your stop. All right, let's bring the stops up. Funny thing is, regarding timing, one of our Rabbit Hole Fridays, we did the Fibonacci timing tool, and it was surprisingly accurate. I have to admit that there was a little something to that. Oh, give me one more push. No, it's not 8 o'clock yet. Come on, give me one more. Oh, wow. All right, gang, that's it for today. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you Tuesday. See you then. Bye for now.